Have you ever been sitting there and you say to yourself, "Oh, if only I had X, I'd be happy. If only I had Y, I'd be happy." And I think there's many examples. Maybe you're young, you're in high school, you're probably not in your best spot, and you say, "Oh man, once I graduate and I get my diploma, I'll be happy. Once I go to college and I can party it up, I'll be happy. Once I get my first girlfriend, I'll be happy. Once I, you know, get married, I'll be happy. Once I get a house and have my first kid and I get a nice car and a six-figure job, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. I'll be happy." And once these things finally happen, you can finally live your life and you can enjoy your life and you can, you know, I guess you get to the end game of life. You can almost think about it like high school and all that stuff is like the beginning. This the tutorial area. Once you finally graduate, get a wife and wife, husband, you get a house, have some kids. You say to yourself, okay, we're in the end game. I can finally play in game content. But I guess why does that need to happen? I guess is what I want to ask you. I think happiness, it should start now. Does your happiness need to be contingent on a certain event? Why do you have to, graduate to be happy? Why do you have to make a certain income to be happy? Why do you have to drive a certain car to be happy? Because what happens when your happiness is contingent on a certain event, and then that event doesn't end up happening, you're just going to be in a worse spot than you started out at. I mean, think about it. If your whole life you say, okay, once I get married, I'll be happy. Well, what happens if you don't get married? What happens if that's not in your plan in life? What happens if you finally get to, a certain age and you're like, you know what? I haven't been married. I'm probably never gonna be married. And then what's gonna happen? Are you gonna go into a downward spiral? I hope not. I hope that's not what happens to you. And I think this is very important because happiness starts now. There shouldn't be a certain event to trigger your happiness. I've seen people who are missing their limbs and they're smiling. I've seen people who are homeless on the side of the street and they're just happy to be alive. I mean, if they can be happy, why can't you? Why does your happiness depend on a certain outcome happening? It shouldn't. I think happiness starts now. There's really a lot in life. There's a lot of good in life that you can look at. Don't sit around and say, okay, one day I'll be happy. One day. No, no, no. It starts now because think about it. When you're happy now, and those things finally do happen, think about how much better you'll feel. Think how amazing it's going to be when you're already happy with your life now and then these things happen. You're going to be on top of the world. You're going to say, you know what? I was already happy and now, XYZ happens and I'm in an even better spot. So I want to make this video. Don't wait for a moment. You don't need to wait for a moment to be happy. I guess live your life. It starts now. You can control your attitude. No matter what situation you're in, you can control your attitude. And I promise you, you have a positive outlook and things will go so much better for you. I promise you. If you have a negative outlook and you're constantly seeing the negative and the bad in things, then things are just going to be tough. You can control your attitude. And you know what? We didn't all start life on the same playing field. Some of us may have been in a better situation from day one. So, some of us were just we just had a bad draw of the cards. It is what it is. But we can't go back in the past and change that. But what we can change is how we look at the future today and how we look at our life today. And you can change, your current life. You can change your current attitude, and maybe one day you can have all the things maybe you didn't have. And if you do end up getting married and have kids, you can then provide for your family and give them the things that you didn't have. It all starts now. You don't have to wait for an event. Don't wait for anybody's permission. I promise you, change your attitude. Happiness starts now. I think that's going to be my advice. Just have a positive outlook. I think there's a lot of good in life you can look at, and you just have to find happiness. Find happiness. It's all around you. If you need help, I think talk to somebody. Please talk to somebody. If you feel like you're in a bad position, find a friend, find somebody who will listen to you. I promise you, whatever you're going through, there's not been someone around you who's not been in a situation that you're in right now. So, yeah, just want to close it off with that. Good luck, everybody. It's a hard world out there, but just keep pushing through it. Every day's a battle, but just, you gotta stay positive, and that's all I've got. So, yeah, see ya.